Lovely. Fab. Okay, cool. Hopefully you've got enough space. We're working on stretching our inner thighs today and opening up our hips to get ourselves into our middle splits. Most people find this one the most challenging one, so we're going to be nice and patient with our bodies and push them to a point of discomfort, but never to a point of pain, and just listen to your body and see how you feel. I know with a lot of the hippie stuff that we've been doing the last few weeks, a lot of people have found that because they've been not moving around as much, they've found their hips feeling a little bit stiff. So I wanted to do quite a lot on just warming up the hips and making sure they're nice and warm before we properly stretch and get into our middle splits. But cool, right, let's get cracking. In fact, I'm already a little bit too warm just standing in this room, so I'm going to take off a layer to begin with already. Lovely. Okay, okay. Let's start with 4 big deep breaths, taking it in through your nose and out through your mouth. Lifting the arms up as we go. Number 1. Exhale and folding it forwards. Number 2. And release. Number 3. Letting it all out. And last one, biggest one yet. Number 4. And release. Lovely. Stand yourself up, squeeze the shoulders together and back, pulling them down. Knit your ribs together, so keep your core nice and tight. And then we're just going to gently transfer our weight from one foot to the other. Lovely, just lifting it up. Gentle softness in the knees. Lovely. Hold yourself to one side, circle around the ankle. And change direction. Beautiful. Switch over to the other leg, circle around the ankle. And change direction. Lovely. And then leg number 1, lifting it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the side. Whoop, losing my balance. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kicking it out the back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Leg number 2, lifting it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then kicking it out the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Nice soft knees. Rolling around the shoulders. Did anybody else feel like their butt was aching when they're squeezing their legs, kicking it out the back? I certainly did. Take the arms a little bit bigger. Backwards swimming. Yeah, I could feel my butt aching from yesterday's session. Lovely. And then just the shoulders rolling forwards. Perfect. And then taking it a little bit bigger, forward swimming. Perfect. Lovely. Reach the arms up nice and high. Let's take one arm forward, one arm back. If this feels weird, just taking it nice and gently. Lovely. And then change direction. Other one back, other one forwards. Wonderful. And then letting the arms flop down. Now soft knees, wrap yourself round, feel a twist in the back, floppy arms, floppy fingers. Lovely. And then gently taking it back to the front. Everything from hips down, stay still. Just twisting the upper body from one side to the next, keeping your hips square to the front. Lovely. One more on each side. And then everything from shoulders down, stay still. Just moving the head from left to right, right to left. Perfect. And then gently taking the gaze up and down to the floor, and up and down. Lovely. And then from here, ear to shoulder, keep the shoulders down, and up and over to the other side. Up and over. Up and over. Lovely. And then from here, we're going to take the ear to shoulder and then gently roll it around the front semicircle so you take it to the other shoulder and then back around the front. So we're just rolling through that front semicircle, stretching out the back of our neck. Lovely. And then gently lifting Head back up and shoulders back up. And then pull the shoulders up to the ears and then pushing them down. Lifting it up, pushing it down, lifting it up, pushing it down, and double time. Ba, 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 ba. Perfect. Palms come up to the sky, opening it out, squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back, and then gently round and separate. And open, and round, and open, and round, and open. And this time when we round, interleave the fingers at the front, gently pulling on the arms to separate the shoulder blades, look down to the floor. You want to feel like you're holding like a big beach ball, that kind of shape in the arms. Lovely. Let go of the hands. Interlink the fingers at the back. Pull the shoulders down and then lift the arms up away from your butt. So it stretches out the chest, the front of the shoulders. You might feel it a bit in the biceps as well. And then nice wide legs. And you're going to fold yourself over and try and get your hands to come all the way down to the floor in front of you. So that's where they're aiming to get to. Lovely. You might feel a bit of stretch on the back of the legs as well. Let go of the hands, bend the knees. Look at all my back. Lovely. Taking the hips from side to side. Lovely. Circling around the wrists. Taking it all the way up to the top and down the middle. And then when you get to the bottom, change direction of the wrists. Taking it back up and down the middle. Lovely. Interlink the fingers. Takey, takey. And reverse. Lovely. And give them a little bit of a shake. Fold yourself forward. Hands come down. Keep the hips going from side to side. Start to feel a bit of a stretch on the inner thighs here. And then taking it all the way back up again. Lovely. Bend the knees, pelvis tucks under. Squeeze the tush, really tilting and thrusting under. And then taking it back. Under and squeeze. Taking it back. Under and squeeze, taking it back, under and squeeze, and then let's roll it all the way around. Lovely. Good. And change direction, other way. Fabulous. Reaching yourself up, lengthening yourself out, fold yourself forward, hands come down, feet nice and wide, and then we're going to gently bend one leg, feeling the stretch on the inner thigh, and then straighten it and bend the other way. And we're just taking it up and over, deepening into the stretch as we feel comfortable. Lovely. Good. And then taking it through the middle. Now, if you wish to here, you can take your hands off, keep that chest lifted and your hips nice and low, or keep your hands on the floor, whichever works best for you and your body today. Lovely. Good. Hold yourself to one side. Plonk your butt down if you wish to. And I'm going to flex up that foot. Then take it into demi point so your ankle is straight but your toes are lifted like you're on tippy toes. And then take it into a full point. Return it back up through demi and then flex. And then we go. Demi, full, demi, flex, demi, full, demi, flex, demi, full, demi, flex. Last one, demi, full point, demi point, and flex. Beautiful. Roll yourself around, hips up nice and high. Gently take the hips up and down. We're on a lunge kind of pose here. Just warming the hips up that little bit more. Lovely. Push through that front leg. Take yourself into a standing lunge. Find the balance. Reach the hands up. Pelvis tucks under. Push down into the hips. Lovely. Reach all the way forward. Chest glues on your front leg. Hands frame your front foot. Lower the back knee down. Untuck that toe. And then from here, we're going to straighten out that front leg, flexing up your front foot. And then rebend. And let's go for 8. Rebend. Straighten 7. Rebend. Straighten 6. Rebend. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Lovely. Tuck the toe under at the back. Lift your back leg up so that it's super straight. Hips a little bit higher. Keep your chest glued onto your front leg. Even if it means when we straighten the front leg, it doesn't go fully straight. That's okay. I can straighten my leg and my chest comes off. But for me, I can't straighten my leg and my chest stays on. So my hamstrings are a little bit tight. But take it as much as you can and flex up your front foot. And we'll straighten and rebend for 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely stuff. Lower the back knee down. Take yourself into a big old lunge and place one hand either side of that front leg. And we're going to do our hip circle. So circling around into the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction, other way. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Just getting all those niggly bits. 2 hands come to the inside. Tuck your toe under at the back. Push your hips up and take yourself over to the front, and then scoot yourself over, ready to do the other side. And again, if you want to sit on your butt for this bit, you're welcome to. We're going to do the ankle. So taking it into a flex foot, then through demi point, then through a full point, back through demi point, and flex. Let's go. Demi, full, demi, flex, demi, full, demi, flex, demi, full, demi, flex. Last time. Demi, full point, demi point, and flex. Gorgeous. Roll yourself around, doing your lunge position on the other side, and gently take the hips up and down, just warming them up on this side a little bit more. Lovely. Push through that front leg. Take yourself into your standing lunge. Find the balance. Reach the hands up, pelvis tucks under, push down into the hips. Lovely. Reach all the way forward. Chest glues on. Hands frame your front foot. Lower the back knee down. Untuck that toe. And then we're going to straighten the front leg out, flexing up that front foot, and then rebend. And let's go for 8. Rebend. Straighten. Rebend. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Tuck the toe under at the back. Push your back leg straight, lifting the hips a little bit higher. And again, glue your chest on. And we're going to straighten the front leg as much as we can whilst keeping our chest attached to the thigh, and flex up your front foot. And then we'll rebend. Are we ready? For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely stuff. Lower the back knee down. Take yourself into a low lunge position, pushing into the hips. Place one hand either side of your front foot, and we'll circle our hips around. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside of your front leg. Bring your weight into your back knee and semi-circle your other knee round so you're landing on all 4s. And just have a little check that your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. From here, tuck the pelvis under, round the back, separate the shoulder blades, look down in between the legs, pushing through the shoulders. And then take it the other way. Start with the pelvis. So that pelvis pushes down, lower back pushes down, pushing down the upper back, chest comes through the arms, looking up to the sky. Lovely. Tucking it back under, rounding it over. Squeeze the pelvic floor, tummy button pulls up into the spine. And then opening out the other way. I like to imagine that the tailbone is trying to reach the top of my head. Lovely. And let's roll the rib cage round in a circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely stuff. I'm just going to put my mat to one side for now. I will come back to it. I want you to find yourself near a wall or a chair or a mantelpiece if you like. I mean, you've got a mantelpiece next to you. That's convenient. Or a banister if you're in the hallway, or anything that you can basically just support yourself with. So from here, what I want to do is take my outside leg. I'm going to bend my knee and I'm just going to rock it backwards and forwards, and it's just loosening up in the hip. I want you to try and keep your upper body super straight, and it's just your, like the hinge in your hips, which is making the movement. Lovely, good. Taking it with a straighter leg this time. So taking it a little bit harder, you might feel a bit of a stretch in the hip and the hamstrings as well. Lovely. Good. And then take it the biggest you can. All the way up, all the way to the back. Lovely. Good. And then slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down. Lovely. If you wish to, you're welcome to just turn around and follow my voice instead. We're going to do the other side, or if it's easier, if you've got enough space and you don't kick anything, you can kind of keep yourself a distance away and do the other leg. So we're going to start it with a bent knee, and we're just swinging it backwards and forwards. Lovely. Good. Just easing and loosening up the hips. And again, trying to remember that everything from your hips upwards, so tummy button upwards, stays still. As if there's a camera that was just on your upper body, no one would know that your legs are moving. Lovely. And then taking it straighter legs, a little bit harder. Good. Nice big movements there. And then taking it as high as you can. Big kicks up, big swings back. Lovely. And then gently bringing it down. Fabulous. Okay, cool. While we're here next to our makeshift bar, aka wall, aka support, I want you to have your feet together, toes are touching. Can you see my feet from where you are? Hopefully you can. I'm not in like a light streak. So my hips are facing forward, they're locked closed as it were, and my feet are in. I'm going to hold on to my wall for support, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my toe up towards my knee on my outside leg. So for me it's my left leg, and then I'm going to open it out to the side and then drop it back down. Lovely. And I'm going to draw it back up towards the knee. This time it's facing out, pulling it back in and take it back down. Good. And let's go again. Draw up, out, slide down, draw up, in, slide down, draw up, out, slide down, draw up, in, slide down. Good. Draw up, out, slide down, draw up, in, slide down, draw up, out, slide down, draw up, in, slide down. Good. Keeping that lengthening, drawing up, out. Keep lengthening the spine as you're doing this. Up, in, slide down. Good. Draw up, out, slide down, draw up, in, slide down. Last one. Up, out, slide down, up, in, slide down. Good. I hope you start to end up sitting in your hip, so just make sure you keep pulling up out of your hip and you're not kind of sat in it. You want to draw yourself up from that hip. Right, anyway, we'll wake up the hip that was asleep, but for this one, let's make sure we're drawing up the entire time. So this time I actually want you to start, so we'll draw it up and then take it out and then drop it down. We're not going to take it up, I'm going to leave it there. So my left leg, so for me, my outside leg is my left leg, that my toe is facing out to the side, okay? It doesn't have to be like at a right angle, it's just not facing forward, basically. So I want my hip to feel open. And then on my right leg, so my inside leg, the one that's closest to the wall, just be careful you're not going to bash the wall when you're here. And we're going to draw it up, take it out, slide it down. Good. Draw up, take it in, and down. Good. Draw up, slide it out, and down, and up. Take it in, slide down. Draw up, take it out, slide down, draw up, slide, take it in, slide down, draw up, and again, take it out, slide down. Remember to lift yourself up, take it out, up, in, slide down, draw up, out, slide down, draw up, in, slide down, draw up, out, slide down, draw up, in, slide down. Last two, up, out, slide down, draw up, in, slide down. Last one, out, slide down, draw up, in, slide down. Lovely. And then let's actually just take it back, draw it up, take it back out, and take it so that both of my hips are out, both of my feet are out, my knees are rotated out. So my hip, it's all coming from my hips, they're all opening and rotating out. My knees are out and my feet are out. If anyone's done ballet, you should be in your first position. Okay, and while we're here, what I want us to do is I want us to keep our pelvis under. So I'm not got my butt sticking out, I'm really tucking my pelvis under, like my tailbone is trying to go down and under. Okay, so I'm in this position. We're actually going to do a little bit of ballet. That was actually some ballet training to help open out your hips. We're going to do a little plie. So plie in French means to bend. So we're just doing a bend in the knees. So we're going to bend our knees. I want you to draw your knees out. Keep your feet on the floor. Keep yourself up straight. And then you should get to a point where you're like, I can't go any further without my feet coming off. So then I want you to lift up your ankles. And then while we're here, I want you to just push your knees, use your muscles to push your knees as wide open as you possibly can. Okay, good. And then we're going to bring our weight back, push our ankles down as soon as possible, and then gently lift up. Good. Let's do that a couple more times. So we're taking it down. Then it gets to a point where we're taking our knees out. It gets to a point you can't go any further. Lift up the ankles as reluctantly as possible. Then when we're at the bottom, let's push the knees out even more. Pelvis is tilting under, nice straight back. Then start to lift up, ankles come down as soon as possible, and then drawing back up. Last time, and we go down. Peel the ankles off. When we're at the bottom, push the knees out, and then up, push the heels back down, and straighten. Beautiful stuff, guys. Really, really nice. Hopefully you feel nice and open in that position. We're going to do a very similar exercise, but this time we're going to do it on the floor. So find yourself a nice, comfy little space to lie down. Lovely. So I'm going to take myself onto my back. Can you see me okay? I realise that this is quite bright in the sunshine. Might have to just close the curtain. In fact, I'm going to close the curtain now while you get yourself into your comfy spot. Is that? Sorry, Julie. Put my lights on. I know how it drills now. The sunshine starts to come through and I can't see anything. Okay, cool. So hopefully you're in a nice, comfortable position, lying on your back. Lower yourself down. Lovely. And I want you to take your legs out straight. So my legs are out straight. Good. Lovely. We're going to start with, let's start with our left leg, because I started with my left leg. Start with the same leg that you did first last time. And we're going to draw the knee up, take it out to the side. This time it will probably go a bit deeper because the weight of your leg will pull it out even further. Be really careful not to let your opposite hip lift up and twist over. Keep that hip pushing down. And then you're going to draw your leg back down, but this time your hip should feel open. Then we're going to switch over to the right leg. Draw it up, take it out, drop it down. Might feel quite weird because you're lying down and your hips feel open. It's kind of a weird position. I have to really focus to straighten my legs. Okay, and then we're going to take leg number one, which is for me, it's my left leg. Draw that back up, take it in, take it down. Leg number two draws up, in, and down. Good. Then we take leg one. So for me, my left, take it out, draw it down. Leg two draws up, out, and down. Good. Leg one draws back up the side, comes up to the top, and take it down. And then leg number two draws up the side, and in, and down. Now from here on out, I'm going to refer to leg one as my left leg and leg two as my right leg, just so that I don't get confused with numbers. But hopefully it makes sense for you. If you are doing left and right, maybe you should swap so that if it's the same as mine to make it easier. So we're going to do left leg up, out, and down. Right leg up, out, and down. Left leg out, draws up, in, comes down. Right leg up, out, and down. This is a proper tongue twister. Leg number one, so my left leg up, out, and down. right leg up, out and down. Left leg up, in and down. Right leg up, in and down. Good, let's move it. I'm getting so confused with all of these motions. But let's do the two moves together. So both legs at the same time. I'm drawing them up, I'm taking them out. Keep my feet together. I'm just going to hold it here for a little moment. I want you to just wiggle your hips. So my toes are together and my knees are apart and they're both out. So I'm just, feet are underneath me, still touching the floor. Give your feet a little bit of a wiggle. Lovely. And then let's straighten them out whilst keeping your hips out. It can feel quite weird, that motion. So if it just feels weird, that's okay. Then draw the feet back up, opening out wide. Give yourself a little wiggle, just starting to feel more comfortable with the knees, gently opening out, using gravity to just ease them open that little bit more. Lovely. And then taking them in. Now, before we take our feet down, I actually want us to lift our knees up towards our chest. And then we're going to open the knees out again. You can hold onto your feet in the middle here if you want to, and your knees are just coming out to the side. And we're just going to rock from side to side. And it will feel a bit different because you've moved your feet higher up, it won't be stretching the same part as when we were at the bottom down here. When your feet are higher, it will feel slightly different in the hips. Lovely. So just holding it here for a little moment, giving them a little wiggle. Lovely. Then draw the knees back in. Bring the feet back down to the floor and then just pick up one leg. I'm going to start with my left leg. Excuse me. So my left knee is coming in towards my chest. My right foot is still on the floor. Then I'm going to open it out to the side and I want to try and keep my right butt cheek on the floor, and I'm going to try and pull my left knee as close to the floor as possible. So I'm just letting it drop to the side, just next to my rib cage, next to my tummy button. Lovely, good. Then take it back in and switch. So now my left foot goes on the floor and then my right knee comes in towards my hip, and then I'm just going to drop my knee to the side. So again, it's kind of just coming right to the side of me, right next to my ribs, next to my belly button. And again, I'm trying to focus on bringing my left knee down to the floor whilst in this position. Lovely, give it a little wiggle, a gentle wiggle. Lovely. And then bring the knee in and drop it back down. This time I'm going to straighten my left leg up to the sky, flex my left foot, and then bend my left knee so it comes in towards my chest. I'm going to reach and grab the outside of my left foot with my left hand, so all to one side. I'm going to open my hips slightly so that my knee can come out, so it will head towards my armpit. And then I'm going to pull my knee down towards the floor so it can eventually, hopefully, sit on the floor next to my armpit, next to my ribs. Now, if by pulling it down, it lifts this butt cheek off the floor like mine is now, I want you to push that hip back down. Don't worry if it means that you're not going as far as you feel like you could. I want to keep both hips down on the floor. It helps keeping them square. Excuse me. Lovely. And just holding it here. You can bring two hands on if you want. Give yourself a little foot rub, a little bit of love. Lovely. Take a big deep breath in. Exhaling it out. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. I like to visualize that my breath is like water and it's flooding all in my hip, which is feeling stretched. Let's do it one more time. And this time I want us to, just to make it a little bit more challenging, I want you to bring your right leg straight. So my leg is straight on the floor. And let's take one more big deep breath. Visualize your breath flooding the hip. Lovely. Beautiful. And then release. Take that foot back down. Lift up your right leg. Flex up your right foot. Gently bend the right knee. And we're going to take my right hand to the outside of my right foot. And then I'm opening out the hips so my knee can come down next to me. And I'm just going to gently easing it down. And again, you might be able to get it all the way, but just be conscious. Now, I know that the moment I take my knee to the floor, that my left hip starts to peel up off the floor. So keep your left hip pinned to the floor, even if it sacrifices going all the way to the floor. You're just going to take it as deep and keep stretching in this hip on your right hip whilst keeping your left knee on the floor. Lovely. And let's take a big deep breath in. Again, you can use two hands, give this foot a little bit of football, you don't want them missing out. And a big deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. And again, let's use that visual. Let's use the idea that our breath feels like water and it's going to flood and nourish all of the hip joint. And just to make it a little bit harder, let's straighten out the left leg onto the floor. Big deep breath in. And washing that joint with your breath. Lovely. Let's do one more. Exhale. Beautiful. And then gently bringing your feet together and sitting yourself up and roll to the side or lift up. Lovely. From here, bringing your soles of your feet together. Bringing your feet in towards your groin area. And then we're going to drop your knees open like you are a book in the butterfly pose. Lovely. Now, if you're in this pose and you notice that your back is rounding, so if you imagine yourself sideways, if you're rounding, your pelvis is tucked under, grab a few cushions or books, or if you've got yoga blocks at home, that's even better, and lift your hips a little bit higher, because we don't want it to be stretching your lower back in this position. I want it to be stretching the inner thighs here and in the hips. Sorry, I've got a right froggy throat today. Lovely. So when we're here, I want you to pull your body in towards your feet, or your feet towards your body, whichever feels most comfortable. And you're just going to gently rock from one side to the other, bringing your knees. I want you to try and squeeze your knees down to the floor whilst lengthening your back. So everything's kind of active, even though we're just sitting here. Lovely. Good. And then from here, I want you to lengthen out your back, and we're going to fold ourselves forward. Now, I know some of you beauty flexible people can bring your head all the way down to the floor. So just ease yourself. That's where you're aiming for. So you're trying to get yourself a little bit closer. Maybe you can get your forehead down to the floor. For me, my hips just don't allow it in this position. But I know for a lot of you, you guys are there and luscious in this position. So just folding yourself forward over your legs. If you can get down, great. If you can't, great. You're with me. Lovely. Big breaths. See if you can fold that a little bit further. Beautiful. And then easing it back up. Really good. I can see some of you looking fabulous. Take your knees together. We're going to take ourselves onto all fours here. I can't get rid of this froggy throat. I do apologise. Okay, cool. So when we're here, I'm just on all fours, and then I'm just going to take my knees wider than my hips. So I want you to just really listen to your body in this position, and then just shuffle them as wide as feels, discomfort. I want you to take it to the point of discomfort. So if you're like, oh, this is starting to feel painful, then ease it off. Okay, if you wish to, you can bring your arms into elbows, or you can even bring your chest onto the floor. The lower your body is to the floor, the easier it is. So you're just going to open out your hips. If you feel, if you're getting quite close to the floor, you can then take yourself up onto elbows, and it will actually make it slightly deeper. I want you to just have a little check of your legs and see if your knees are in line with your hips and that your feet are at right angles. So I want it to be at a right angle, if you can. Lovely, good. I can see you all little froggy positions, looking fabulous. Really nice. And we're just going to hold it here for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. And I like to just pull myself forward to get out of this and bring my legs together. Lovely, good. Bring yourself onto your butt, swing your legs in front of you. Keep your knees bent. We're going to take the knees over to one side and then open and close. Just to ease yourself out of it, but it's still being in that big old stretch, but it's with movement, so it will feel different. Lovely, good. Are you ready? We're going to go again in our little froggy pose. You know I love it. Take yourself back round onto your all fours, then start to ease wide your knees. Now, when you're getting into a position where you're like, okay, this is starting to feel stretched and this is like quite tense, when you're there, I want you to rock your butt back and forwards. So I want you to just lean yourself further back and further forward. Let me just show you this from the side angle so you know what I mean. So when I'm in that position, I'm rocking forwards and back. And I want you to just feel where feels tightest. Like, do you feel tighter when your hips are higher? Is it in the middle? Is it lower? Is it when you're perfectly in line with your knees, or is it at a different angle? Just feel it. For me, it's when my butt is lower and my knees are higher than my butt. They're not in line. That's when it feels most tight for me. So it's just feeling where you feel that tension, that pressure, and just rocking through it. If at any point it feels painful or clunky, just ease it off slightly. Perhaps it's going a little bit too far too quick. Ease it off, bring your knees slightly together, and then try it again, but not as severely wide. Lovely. Okay, good. I'm going to rock myself back around, and then what I want you to do is get into your lined position so that your knees are in line with your hips, making sure, and then your feet are square with your knees. So we're at a right angle at the knees. Okay, lovely. Big deep breath in. Exhale. And we'll hold it here for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there for just 1 second. What I want us to do is take a big deep breath in, exhale, and then we're going to squeeze our butt cheeks. So I want you to squeeze your butt cheeks, almost imagining that your knees are trying to pull up to the sky, pushing your hips into the floor, squeeze the butt cheeks, holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the muscle. See if we can hold it here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Roll yourself forward. Really good there, guys. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So proud of you all. Okay, good. So from here, we're going to roll ourselves back onto our back. Rolling onto our back. Woo! And we're going to take our legs up into the sky. So both legs are facing up. Then from here, I'm going to open my legs out wide. So my legs are straight, and I'm opening that wide. And I'm going to place my hands on either my inner thighs or on my calves, whichever feels kind of most comfortable for me. I think I'm going to go for my thighs today. Okay, and I want you to try and keep your knees in line with your hips. So they're not going to come up here or down below. I need my hips to be facing square to the ceiling. There's nothing wrong with going higher. It's just that that's more of a pancake stretch. And today I want us to really focus on our middle splits. So yes, it is right. I know some people are like, is it right or wrong to have my feet and do a stretch this way? That is a pancake stretch. So we just need to do a bit more on the hamstrings to make that one feel a bit more comfortable. So I want you to try and keep your knees in line with your hips, so all is out. And then from here, we're just going to rock our hips from one side to the other, starting to feel that big old beautiful stretch on the inner thighs, really opening out the hips. Beautiful, lovely stuff, guys. And probably we do this in like a prenatal class as well. We're all ready, opening those hips up. Lovely, and then gently, 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 you might need your hands for this. I want you to ease your legs back in together. Fabulous, lovely. Rolling yourself up. Now, if you have got access to a wall, I want you to come and find yourself next to a wall. So for me, I actually haven't got that much room next to a wall, but I'm going to close my door and I'm going to use a little bit of the door. So let me just have a little shuffle around so you can still see me. Do, 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 do. Hopefully no wires come flying out. Lovely. Good. If you don't have a wall, don't worry, you can still do it in the middle of the room. And what you can do as an alternative is do it on all fours. So what we can do is what we're gonna do is take our legs out either side and then slide ourselves down into our middle splits. But if you're against a wall, it's slightly gentler. So I wanted to do the gentler version first before we go into it. If you don't have a wall available, don't worry. You can either do the frog pose again, where our knees were bent, or you can just do it flat down with straight legs. Same way we did the frog, but with straight legs. So whichever works best for your space that you've got. But if you've got a wall, I'm actually just going to turn around to face the wall. And I want you to put your feet along the sides of the wall. And then you're just going to push your hips closer to the wall so that your feet don't move. Because often our feet just kind of slide out, don't they? But you can use the weight of your butt and your hands to push yourself against the wall, inching ever closer. Maybe see if you can get close to it. Give your wall a little bit of a hug. Okay, so I want you to try to ease yourself in. Get as close as you can. If you're not in a wall, I'm going to come and join you and we can do it against oh, I can see actually a lot of you are on against the wall. Oh, I can see Magdalena's not, so I'll come and join you in the middle in case you are not on a wall. But if you are on a wall, keep holding it there. I'm coming to join you. I'm going to try and take myself legs out straight and take myself as low as I possibly can. Maybe go on elbows. Okay, so we're holding it here either against the wall or if we're in the middle of the room, holding it flat, hips facing down, knees are still coming out in front of me, as in like they're facing here, as in instead of down to the floor. And we're going to hold it here for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, looking great guys, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. And then releasing yourself out. Really good stuff there, guys. Really good. I'm just going to shuffle you slightly further back and maybe a little bit higher. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Whew. Really, really good. I just had another move that I was going to do and I completely slipped my mind what my next part of my class plan was. That is so frustrating. Against the wall. Oh, I remember. Okay, so we're now going to do it back in the middle of the room. So find your space back against the middle of the room. I'm going to show you this sideways on, but you can do it forwards. It just is a better angle. So I want you to take your legs out as wide as you can. So really stretching them out. Try to maintain keeping that lovely straight back. And again, if you do start to round over, so your pelvis starts rounding under, grab yourself some cushions, grab a yoga block if you've got one, grab some books, push them underneath your hip so it raises your hip higher. That will mean that I can keep myself nice and tall and actually target my inner thigh as opposed to the stretching of my lower back. So if that's you, that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Be like, oh, I need to have a block. That's okay to have a block. I need blocks and moves. That's okay. So no judgment. So opening yourself out nice and wide. Okay. And when we're in this position, I want to have our hands in front of us. And then we're going to rock ourselves forward and rock ourselves under. And tilting it back, tilting it under. So we're just doing this rolling of the hips. Taking it under, taking it back. Pelvis is tilting out, pelvis is tilting under. It might be the smallest, the subtlest of movements. That's okay. We're just taking it into that range that feels well, I've got to stop using the word comfortable. the range of motion that you can do without it being painful. There. So tilting it under, tilting it back. If you are feeling really confident in this position and you're like, actually, yeah, this feels really fine, then as you tilt forward, you can really roll forward and tilt and lean back. So you're creating that lovely big bend in your lower back and kind of like leaning back into it. That will deepen it. So that if you need it, you can lean back, tilt, stick your butt out the back and rock it under and back. Good. Under and back. If your movement is only small, that's fine. You're still doing a great job, and it just really helps to get right on into those niggly bits. Fabulous. Good. Last one. And release. Lovely. Bring the legs together. Prop yourself up onto your elbows. So I'm pushing through my chest. I'm not sinking into my elbows. I'm pushing through, keeping myself nice and strong. I'm going to shuffle back a little bit. I'm going to hit the sofa. Okay, cool. I'm going to take my legs out, down, and then I'm going to swing them round, up, over the top, and down. Okay? If you feel it's too clunky or painful or it just doesn't feel comfortable or it's niggly, take it into smaller circles and then get bigger as you feel more fluid in the movement. Are we ready? Let's go. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Change direction. 4, 5, 4. Sorry, I started at 5. I meant 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Good, good, good. Taking yourself up. And now this time we're going to do it right in the middle of the floor. So starting on all fours, we're going to take one leg out, bring your weight into that foot, bring your weight into your hands, and then take your other leg out the other side. Now I'm going to do mine on the edge of my mat. So if you've got a mat or if you've got lines on your floor, like in a wooden floor or something, it's quite handy to make sure that you're keeping in a straight line, keeping your knees in line with your hips. And then what we're going to do is just slide ourselves down into that position. Maybe take it to 80%. If you want to take it into the elbows, if it feels a bit rough on the old wrists, that's cool. And then big deep breath in. Exhale. See if we can get it a little bit lower. Just keep breathing. Lovely, good. Lovely. I'm going to hold it in this new position for 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, you're doing great, guys. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bring yourself forward, bring the legs together. Really, really, really good. We're going to do it once more, okay? You've got this, guys. One more in it. If it's feeling too much, you can take it back to the bent knees if that feels slightly easier. But it's our final 30 seconds. So let's just get ourselves ready, give our hips a little bit of a love, give them a little bit of a rub, a bit of warmth. Okay, good. Are we ready for it? Maybe a bit on the other thighs. Our final splits of the day. Getting ourselves into position. Watcha! Lovely. Easing the legs apart. Sliding yourself ever closer to the floor. And taking yourself to a position of maybe 80, maybe 90% of your best. Exhaling. On the exhale, really use the exhale to feel your muscles relax and ease and getting into deeper into the stretch. Just have a little check that your knees are in line with your hips and your feet are in line with your knees. So you've got nice super straight legs and you're in line. And we're going to hold it in this position for 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Big deep breath in. Exhaling it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax and release. Amazing, guys. So good, so good. And relax. Lovely. Good. I like to just ease up. So I bring my, onto my book, bring my knees over to one side and then open, down, down. And it just helps them, for me, it just helps my hips almost recalibrate back to what isn't a fully strained position, but it's just easing them back into a more usual position. Lovely, really, really nice. Let's just have a little bit of a stretch in our lower back, because obviously we've done a lot in our hips. Let's just have a little bit of stretch in the lower back. So taking yourself lying down, feet on the floor, knees up to the sky, arms are going to come out to the side, and then you're going to drop your knees over towards your left hand side and look over towards your right hand side. Pin your right knee down, your right shoulder down so it doesn't lift up and twist. You should feel a lovely big twist in your lower back here. If you'd like to make this a deeper stretch, take your top leg, which will be your right leg, and just lift it up over the top so that it just steps a little bit further than your left knee underneath. And you should just feel a deeper stretch in your lower back, that lovely big twist. Perfect. Lovely. And then let's bring the knees back together, lift the feet, the knees back up to the sky, and then we're going to drop them over to the right hand side. So knees are dropping over to my right hand side, and then I'm going to look over towards my left hand side. Make sure my left shoulder is still pinning to the floor and feel that lovely big stretch in my lower back. Lovely. And if you would like to take it into a deeper stretch, let's take our left leg, which is the top leg, a little bit further round. So I'm just tilting it that little bit further, and it will just deepen that beautiful big twisty stretch in our lower back. And just relax into this beautiful position. Lovely. Bring the knees back together and take yourself, in fact, actually, I'm going to leave my knees, roll over onto your right hand side so you can gently lift yourself back up to seated. Guys, that is never an easy stretch to do. So hats off to you for your persistence and courage and patience with yourself. Really, really well done. If you're watching this on a recording, then I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've got loads out of it. And I will hopefully see you at a live session soon. If you are watching this live, then I'm going to come over and chat to you in just a second once I've pressed record, finish recording. So goodbye to anybody who's watching this on record. Hope you've had fun.